guys, welcome to Sunday, and excuse the background. It's Sunday morning. I haven't had time. Oh God, I've got a blooming thing hanging there as well, haven't I? Oh dearie me. Sunday morning, haven't had time to tidy up. William is coming home today, so I hope you don't mind. I'm going to do just this city down bit of video, and then that's going to be it for today. I want to concentrate on enjoying having him home for today, and we will be resuming normal Vlogmas tomorrow. So I thought what I would do today is talk you through some of my best new beauty finds of the year, or my favourite new beauty, yeah. You know, that makes sense, doesn't it? I don't want to talk about the products that I've talked about for years and years and years. Those are still my favourites and I will still keep on using them, but I wanted to talk about the products that I found this year that I really like. I thought that would be better than going through a load of stuff that I've talked about before, and a lot of these I will have talked about before anyway, but I just thought should I stop rambling and just talk about them? First of all, Advent calendar. Do you remember the other day I said to you I couldn't remember one of the things that had come out of it the previous day? It was this Eyeshadow felt tip black eyeliner. I am not a user of black eyeliner, so that wouldn't be for me, so I can't really comment on it. I feel like I am too old for that very harsh black line, and truth be told, I was never very good at harsh black lines anyway, ever, so probably quite a good thing. Today's Advent calendars were, this was from another black felt tip highlighter. This was from the red one, the Look Fantastic one. It is this brand, which I have never heard of. It's not going to focus because it's silver. It's looks like CL or DOUCCE, Pearson Fine Graphic Pen graphic liquid eyeliner. Yeah. So again, another one that I will not use, so that'll be passed on. The L calendar, the green one, had this in, which is a Sarah Chapman Skinny Cis 3D Moisture Infusion Mask, biocellulose. So it's like one of those sort of almost gel type masks. I'm looking forward to trying this. I've never tried anything from Sarah Chapman. I've heard a lot of good things about her skincare, and I do love a mask. So yeah, nice one. Pleased with that. Right, moving on. All the products I'm going to talk about, I will have mentioned some of them before. I'm going to link everything below, so if you want any more info or to click through and see the details, it's all down there in the box. So let's start with, as I say, these are all things that I've sort of found this year. Not that one, that shouldn't be there. Let's start with makeup, shall we? And for foundation, I found this year, or I used this for the first time this year. This is the Ordinary Serum Foundation. They make two foundations, the Ordinary. This one, which is meant to be less cover, and the full coverage foundation, I can't remember what it's called, but it's meant to be a full coverage, from medium to full coverage. I've tried both. I didn't like the other one, but I really, really like this one, the Serum Foundation. I haven't found an exact match for me colour-wise, and I've got, obviously my colour changes throughout the year, but I tend to have two or three and sort of mix them. They're so cheap. They're, wanting to say £7, something like that, but they're very liquid. And as I say, I haven't found a perfect colour match, but I can mix and match two or three. I've got three different ones that I can mix together. Really like this. Nice coverage, buildable, easy to work with, blends nicely. I do prefer a more liquidy foundation that is lighter as I get older. I think that looks like my head's on at the wrong angle. What's going on with that? Yeah, but I do prefer a lighter foundation. So this ticks all the boxes for me, and price-wise, very, very competitive. Tried a lot of different foundations this year, and along with my Rimmel BB Matte, this will probably be my replacement when I run out of the Rimmel BB Matte, 'cause I like it just as much, I would say, or almost as much. Haven't got something for every single category either, because I wanted to really pick the stuff that I love. So like, I haven't got a face powder, for example. But next I wanted to talk about concealer. I love this concealer. This is the Revolution Conceal and Define. I don't think that will focus because it is shiny. Oh, it might do. There we are. this is about £4 I think, 4 or 5 quid, and it's apparently a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I really like this. They've got the perfect colour for me, which is C4. The price is perfect. I do seem to go through it quite quickly, but I noticed last time I was replacing it in Superdrug, they have an extra big size one, so I might get that next time. Really like this. It lasts all day. I tend to use concealer on top of my foundation all over my nose because I find my foundation breaks up over my nose really quickly, and this really keeps it absolutely in place all day, and yeah, very impressed by this. Next, I have talked about this one. It's a blusher. It's the Revlon Charm, what's it called? Revlon Cream Blush of some description. Just says Revlon Charmed on the top of it. I will link it below. I got this from Amazon. It was super cheap. That's the colour. I have it on today. I don't know if you can see it. I just think this is so flattering for mature skin. I really, really like it. In fact, I keep meaning to pick it up in another couple of colours. I prefer cream blush as I've got older. I definitely feel like it is better for my skin. It lasts longer on me. It doesn't. I find that powder blush can make me look a little bit cakey now, and I just really like the finish this gives, and it lasts well, and it's a nice colour, and it was £3, so what's not to like? Now this next product, I'm not going to go on about too much because it's a fairly new find. It's from Beauty Pie, which is an online subscription beauty club, which I've only recently joined. I'm planning a video about them, a standalone video all about Beauty Pie in the new year. But this is their Quantum Bronzer, which I've been using for about 3 or 4 weeks now. That's what it looks like. It's just a matte bronzer, but it's so lovely. I'm really, really impressed with this product. I like it ever so much. So I won't go on about that anymore, but I will talk more about it when I do the video. And now my battery light's flashing and I've got to go and change the battery. Apologies if you're at a slightly different angle, I've just changed the battery. What next? Let's move on to an eye primer. Not the most exciting product in the world, but it's taken me a long time to find an eye primer that I really liked. I found one by Absolute New York, which was difficult to get hold of in this country and then became impossible to get hold of. And after trying several that I didn't like, quite high-end ones as well, I found this one by Revolution, which is the, probably not going to focus again. Oh yes it will. Focus and Fix Eye Primer. Again, cheap, lovely, does what it says in the tin. What can you say about an eye primer? It's nice to use and it makes my eyeshadow last really well. Let's talk perfume. I struggle with perfume in that I find a lot of perfumes that I like, but they simply don't last on my skin. Within half an hour, sometimes less than that, they can be completely gone. So when I find something that I like and lasts on my skin, and it tends to be really expensive things, you know, I get quite excited about that. So this made me even more excited. I have mentioned this previously in a favourites video. It is a Jo Malone dupe and it's a very, very good one. It's by a company called Jenny Glow. Sorry if you can hear that, it's actually in the background. I forgot to shut the door when I changed the battery. This is the Lime, Basil and Mandarin. The lid keeps coming off. That's what it looks like with the lid on. Thank you. Ashley came to shut the door for me. And this lasts almost as well as the Jo Malone. It is an exact dupe. I have tried it again, literally one against the other, and it is perfect. I've got it on today. It lasts almost as long, I would say. Sometimes it definitely lasts for a whole evening, and it's dirt cheap compared with the Jo Malone. I'll link it below, obviously. But yeah, absolutely amazing perfume dupe. They do other of the Jo Malone fragrances as well. I also have Blackberry and Bay there, which is okay. It's pretty good. It doesn't last brilliantly on me, that one, but the initial scent is exactly the same as the Jo Malone one, but it dries down slightly different, so that one not so much. But this Lime Basil and Mandarin, absolutely love it. Very, very good indeed. Let's talk hair, and I'll only talk hair briefly because I've mentioned the two products that I want to touch on in a previous video quite recently, and they're both expensive, unfortunately. I found both of these products at roughly the same time. It's the KMS Add Volume Volumizing Spray. Fantastic product, really like it. And the Aveda Air Control Hairspray. Literally the best hairspray I've ever used. Unfortunately, it's around £20 a tin. But it does last quite a long time. You don't need much on the plus side. This I find is a really nice product when my hair's wet before styling it. It just seems to make it easier to style and gives me plenty of volume, so I love that. The hairspray just again holds my hair really nicely, very good. However, I have got a slightly, not a dupe, I don't want to say a dupe, but this one is pretty good as well, and this is from Superdrug and is a lot cheaper. It's the Scwarzkopf Happy Hour 24-hour hairspray, and this one, it smells lovely, it holds really well, it doesn't brush out quite as well. On the second day, your hair does feel a little bit crunchy, do you know what I mean? That sort of crunchy feeling. But considering the price difference, it's not a bad hairspray at all. Skincare wise, I haven't really had any new finds this year. Again, this is another product I've talked about a lot, which I absolutely love, and is a dupe for the Fresh mask range. This is the L'Oreal Smooth Sugars Glow Scrub. I use it sometimes in preference to a cleanser in the morning. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's just so zingy and fresh and different. It doesn't smell like anything else I've got, which I think is nice. You know, it smells of itself. Does that make sense? And it just feels nice, and your skin feels lovely and soft. It's nice to use, the skin feels nice afterwards. It's just an all-round good product that, like it a lot. Again, I talked about this earlier in the year. It's the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. I picked this up when I was in Las Vegas. I'm nearly at the end of it now, so I'm gonna have, this is a travel size one, so I'm going to have to buy another one, I think. Just the best setting spray I've ever used. I used this when I was on holiday in Hairspray in the summer in July, and it was very hot, and I don't wear makeup during the day on holiday, but in the evening I'd put my makeup on, we'd go out, and using this would make my makeup look as perfect when we came in at midnight or after midnight as it had done when I went out at 7 o'clock. Just such a good setting spray. I really like it. Highly recommend. Mascara wise, again, I'm happy to recommend this cheapie. Best mascara I've ever used, I think. It's the Essence Lash Princess, and there's 3 different versions. There's a purple one, a red one, that's sort of half and half. I've got the purple lid and the red packet. Not good, this one. The green one is the one that I love. It's got a nice sensible brush like that, no gimmicky bending or weird shaping at the end, and it volumizes and it lengthens, and I love it. It's called the False Lash Effect Mascara. £3, £3.30 actually. Unfortunately, when I went in to replace this on Friday, they'd run out, so I'm going to order some online because they've got stock online. Best mascara I've ever used. Let's talk about eyeshadow. Save the best till last. I've bought more eyeshadow this year than I should have done, bearing in mind how much I already have. I think I need to do a makeup declutter. Really think I need to do a makeup declutter. Do you want to see a makeup declutter? Let me know in the comments if you do. 2 palettes that I want to give a shout out to. The Jaclyn Hill one, which with Morphe, which I bought. I took this one on holiday when we went to Greece. I just love this palette. So many different looks, so many different shades. These eyeshadows are a pleasure to work with. I love them. They're beautiful quality. The pigment is nice. They blend super easily. Just absolute pleasure to use. Interestingly, when Jaclyn Hill brought this palette out, I didn't it didn't interest me looking at it on YouTube at all, but Carla's daughter Natalie had it when I went to visit her. She's got a lot of lovely palettes, and I had a play with it, and I was so blown away by the different colours and the shades. So I don't think this looks as good on the internet as it does in real life, and that was what made me buy it. So yeah, and then for a slightly less high-end eyeshadow palette, I've talked about this one again. It's the Revolution Emily Edit. Emily NOel's such a lovely YouTuber, so pleased she's had so much success, and this is her Once palette. And again, lovely big mirror, which I don't want to blind you with. That's the shade range there. It's just beautiful. There are so many different looks you can get out of this palette. The shadows aren't quite the same quality as the Jaclyn Hill palette, but they're pretty good, and for the price, they're amazing. And I took this on holiday when we went in September, and I loved that I could do a green look, a purple look, a sort of pinky peach look, a very neutral look. This palette's got all of it going on, and it's got all the colours to build up those different looks. And yeah, very, very versatile, this one. And for the price, just amazing. Right, I think that's it. We've come to the end of my new beauty finds for this year. Only a few hours till William comes home, so I'm excited about that. I'm going to go and tidy up, and back for a normal vlog tomorrow. We've got quite a lot of more Christmassy stuff going on this week. We're going to have our Christmas day out to Plymouth Aquarium, which isn't actually very Christmassy at all, but it's something we've done a lot on Tuesday. We've done a lot over the years, and we're going to that on Tuesday, I should say. And Thursday, William and I are going up to my mum and dad's just for one night. Going to visit my sister-in-law's new wine bar that she's just opened, and we're going to see the Christmas lights in Bournemouth and have a drink at the bar at the top of the Hilton Hotel in Bournemouth, which is always nice. And yeah, that's our plans for this week. So I hope everybody's having a fab Sunday, although by the time you see this you'll be having a fab Monday. So I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye bye.